Well, welcome back everybody. This will be the layout update for June of 2019. I know it's been quite a few months since I've posted anything. I've had a lot going on, but we're not going to get to that right now. I am going to show you what I've done, and then maybe I'll let you know what's been going on. First of all, I widened this out like I talked about. I've been talking about for some time, and I've actually done this quite recently. And you can see the old layout here. This was the existing, and this was the extra I had to add in for this road. And you see exactly why I had to put the turning lane in the center. And the roads come out fairly okay. I'm pretty happy with it. It's just plaster tape mesh laid down with plaster and smoothed and then sanded and then painted. I've got a lot of weathering I got to do to it. I've got a few details I want to touch up on it, but mainly for the most part I like it. It'll do. In the meantime, I've also kind of been experimenting with a few things on pigments and all that, but we'll get to all that later. That's just detail. The main deal was I've got it all the way down in the backdrop, and I don't know if you can really tell, but as we work that way, you can see I've got one of my railroad crossings here laid out, which will be on the road, and then I've got a buffer here, and then I got another buffer there going into that backdrop, and you can actually see the distance going into the distance. And I've also changed the trees back there, and I've added in some real ones by growers there. But like I said, this is more just kind of marked in. It will be a little bit more detailed later. And then on the backdrop, I told you I was going to kind of work that in, that building back there, to give it some depth. And it's worked out fairly well. I'm happy with it. But as far as growers and all that goes, for now, that's about all I'm going to do. I've been playing with my brick walls. I've kind of got them built, but I haven't got them painted or glued down. They're just sitting there. Yeah, I got a new piece of rolling stock or two, but mainly that's all I've really done on this portion. And then I pulled my programming track and my cleaning track back out and moved my sound system and all my throttle, everything back on this end. I have gotten my signal head here. I wouldn't say signal head, but the tower for the signal heads and the relay cabinet. I had the relay cabinet, I think, done in the last video, put together, and then I've got it painted. Now they're just a bare primer. They're not painted, nothing silver or nothing, but I've got that one done. And then over here, I've got this one over here done. And like I said, I'm not sure if that's where it's going to stay. It was actually supposed to be on this side, but I didn't have enough room between the tracks. Whoops. So I'm just going to have to figure it out, and I'll play with it as I go along. On the backdrop over here, I haven't really done anything. I've been playing around. I have built a little bit of, I'd say maybe a three-dimensional shop shed there. It's not painted or nothing or detailed. And then I've done some cans back here with some tape. That's actually some adhesive conduit, like a duct tape, but nothing really major. And I really can't do anything until I start getting all this other stuff worked out, and we've talked about all that too. But, and yes, I don't know if you know this, but this is CP Charlie. It's a 76.2, or will be. But yeah, until I really get the major part here, and that's my next task, is getting the rest of the backdrop up and connected to this piece and connected back around to this piece. Once I get that done and get it all in, then I can figure out what I'm going to do and start working on it. But like I said, I really haven't been out here as much as you would think. Getting back to the layout in general, I'm going to kind of take you around. I did get the railings up. I got all the railings done, even over here, except for the crosswalk. I got to complete it, and I still have to paint those, but I will get that done as well. I actually, there's something you probably haven't seen either. This is a little job I've been working on. I love black. Black is my favorite. I know it's not a color, but it's actually my favorite color. That's the only way I can say it. But this is the Hornet, the CSX Hornet. Now I know the real thing is supposed to be this. It's supposed to be a SD40-2, like this 3460 is, but that is a GP38. What I'm so proud about is that actually it's all hand painted. I actually done that all by hand. I don't remember what the unit was. I think it was a BNSF, I believe, but all the front end is hand painted, and the sides, of course, and there, I don't know if you can see it, but I still got to put the numbers on it, and I got to put the rails back on it and do some weather, and then all the little, you know, quirks and details and decals and all that good stuff, because I do have those. I did finish the riveting on my bridge on this side. I just have to come back and do some weathering over that to kind of tone them down. I think the paint worked pretty well. I'm not going to mess with it too much more. And I've also got my realistic water effects finally done. All that is complete, and as well as on this side, that is done. And I'll take you around and show you that in a second. I got this lamp. It's an Action LED lamp. I think I bought it. I can't remember where I bought it, but it was $30 or $40, and it's 5,000 luminums. And I think that one more, if I slide that one down on this end and I put another one in on this side, that gives me just about the same amount of light as these lights in the shop. It might be just a bit brighter, but it would be enough to do what I got to do. Eventually, all this will be ballasted. This part as well, up here where these lights are at, I'm going to probably come down and drop something in front of that. But I'm going to take you around the other side, and I'll show you that. So now we're back on this side of the bridge. I've gotten all this also done and just about got it finished. I'm about 2 or 3 of them support beams short, and then it'll be done, except for maybe some weathering. And then before we get to the bridge, I also want to show you here, if you've noticed, I don't know if you've noticed, but you probably haven't because I haven't showed you the track, but this originally was a number 9 switch that I put in here last time I changed it out because my trains were derailing, and I told you that. Well, 9 times, maybe 8 times out of 10, the train would pass fine, and I could have 2, like I said, of the longest 6-wheel engines that I have, 3, it doesn't matter. But at certain times, at certain places, they would jump the track still. And I began to realize, looking down to the bridge, that the angle of the track was not, it was still too much, it was too sharp of a turn, and somewhere between that and the frog, the toe of the frog, they were derailing. Sometimes it wasn't the engine, sometimes it was the cars. So what I wound up doing was taking the turnout, and it's a number 9 turnout by Atlas. And if you see where the actual the switch is here, the original pad for the number 9 that I had was here. So I curved it and got it into this, and it fit fine. And now I have a curved turnout that actually very gradually goes in to that diverging industrial lead. As you can see right here off to the left as well, there's another switch I put in there. This is going to be the future switch to my staging yard, at least from this direction. Then back here in the loop here somewhere, I'm going to either put a curved turnout or I'll put another straight a little further down. And I've talked about that too, and it'll come on out back to into the staging yard. But that's later on. You also might have seen these little cheap telephone poles. Yeah, for now I'm mocking them up, but that's not what I'm going with. I'm going to build my own. The ones in real life are much taller, and I want them a little bit more realistic. Some of them I like to have a little lights on. Not all of them, but some of them. And you know, so I'm going to slowly, gradually do that in time. But for now, this is just to give it some depth and make it look okay when I'm out here running trains. And mainly that's what I've been doing. And then while we're here, we can also look at the back of this. And as you can see, I haven't got it numbered yet. But that's all hand painted, and I'm pretty proud of myself. My hand painting is becoming a little bit, I'd say a lot more better, more professional anyway. Now, getting to the bridge, I named this bridge after my now passed best friend, my brother. Y'all know he had a stroke in December. I think I told you. And I did get to go down and see him and talk to him, and I understood him. We had a long conversation, good visit, probably 3 hours. And I come on back home, and shortly after, about a month, I think after I come back up here, he passed. So I named this bridge in honor of him, because my muse, I'm gonna tell you, my muse was not. I didn't have a muse at all. And I did not want to be out here. And so I decided to go ahead, and it kind of gave me something to kind of do in honor of him, and gave me some motivation. So actually for quite a few months I haven't really done a whole lot of nothing. And between my new job and working, I really ain't really had a lot in me. And so yeah, I named this after him. This is the TW. I'm tired. I'm so sorry. TW Collins Bridge, in honor of him. That's Thomas Wayne Collins. And I also did the same thing on the other side. I got the narrow bridge sign up there in the top left hand. I've got the 29.5 foot clearance on this end, and I also got it on the other end. I'll have to show you from this angle, but you can also see it from over here. But he always kind of poked fun at my little model train and my railroad and stuff, and he, you know, I mean, I miss him, but you know, he was hilarious, and he would say, yeah, "Choo choo, you playing with your train?" I was like, "Yeah, don't leave me alone." But all that over there, he actually seen back at when it was just CP 65, when I just had that little diorama. He did see me build most of that, and so, you know, he might not have seen all the layout, but I think he would have liked it. I think he would have been proud of it. He was amazed at the talent that I had. And I know this camera does not do it justice. This is not no iPhone or no high-def phone. This is just a very, what they call it, Samsung Sky Pro. But anyway, I decided to name that bridge after him. But getting back to it, basically the water effects is now complete. I talked about at one point, yeah, I put that there to remind myself to kind of watch my head. But I talked about putting a bank down here, maybe for some swimmers or something, some, you know, river type people. But I decided not to do that because it's going to be so close to the industrial over here eventually. I don't think that really would be plausible, and if it was, I don't think it would look right. So I'm just going to leave it as is, and for now anyway, and that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, that's all I've really been doing, and I will show you one other thing before we go. Back over here at Grower Shipping, I don't know if you paid attention, but this I finally got a backdrop warehouse back there. And Kyle Stevens, I'm going to tell you something. This is for you, buddy. This right here is for you. Remember what, I know you're building the build, that station build, and I really like what you're doing. But what that is right there on that backdrop is a styrene sheet, a brick styrene sheet. If you can see it, I'm going to zoom up as close as I can. And that is nothing but a styrene sheet that has been weathered and painted and stuck to the backdrop to make it look like there's a building there where that smokestack's at. That stuff is the same type of sheet that I bought. That was a steel, corrugated steel that I used with the grade crossing here. And you can get them, and I think they're 12 by 6 or 12 by, it might be 6 by 4 sheets maybe. But anyway, there's 2 sheets in a pack. You can get them at Hobby Lobby. And I still got the sheets somewhere. I don't know where they're at. They're probably down there in my junk. But man, you really need to check that out. I think it would be great. I don't know how much of that building is actually brick. But if it is brick, you could definitely use it and use it well, and it would help you out. I know bills for everybody. Some people are coming in new to it, and that right there, that kind of stuff there. And I think I paid like $4.99. Maybe $5. And you know, Hobby Lobby's always got a coupon on the phone, or you can do a coupon through the mail or whatever. So I mean, you can really get it for dirt cheap. But yeah, so as far as the rest of this goes, that's what I've been up to. I don't know. I'm sorry that I really haven't had a lot of videos up lately. I'm also apologize because I haven't really been paying attention to a lot of my subscribers. I've just been so busy. I mean, and it's been really hard on me the last few months. And but I'm gonna say I'm back, and I'm gonna try to get something up maybe next month, even if it's just running a train by or something. But for this update, I'm pretty tired. We're just gonna run a train by, and I'm gonna let you see. And I still gotta get a switch for these signals down here yet, but they do work. I just gotta get the box for them to control. I got the control box. I gotta get the module to control it. But for now, this is me, Gary Nugent, and I'll say good night to y'all, and I'll see you next month.